Michael J.A.Y., and I am in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'll be 58 years old this year.
Mm-hmm. You work?
And I like,
You work?
This is the job.
Really?
Yeah, when I was an entertainer prior to COVID, doing what it did, and at one point I was streaming a lot on Facebook, and you know, I get tips through Venmo and stuff like that. You know, I confess I've been messing around with social media for a second, and for whatever reason, TikTok was like the one app that goes, oh, okay, we really like you. Here you go. So I've been able to take what's happening in TikTok and kind of spread it out to other areas, my music, my gaming. So it's kind of like this, TikTok's been this I don't know, do I want to say blessing?
Oh, it's a gift. Are you kidding? I mean,
it definitely is.
Everyone that I'm talking to, we all have one thing in common, that we found our way here, we found our voice, and whatever you do with that is what you do with that. Not everyone's going to do the same thing and make that same decision.
Exactly.
You know, I'm doing what I'm doing just because it's part of the bigger picture of the message that I'm trying to always get back to, which is speaking out, won't be silent. That's the message.
Exactly.
So, and I found my voice, and I'm starting to get a following, and I just am a conversationalist more than I am just like an orator. So, okay. I mean, believe me, I could give an opinion with the best of the bitches, but you know, but
I expected nothing less.
It's really a gift. I think it's a joy. I adore everybody that comments outside of meeting the content creators that. So the idea was I just wanted to talk to people beyond just that thing. And I zoom in on like maybe a dozen, 2 dozen people that is the initial core group of this thing.
Okay.
What the idea is, I'll just brief, and then I want to get more about what you're up to, because your music, they're interesting. I'm just going to leave it with this one before we get back to it. You play a lot of music that is very from a period of like when music really mattered, I think.
I'm like I said, I'm 58 years old. I was born in 63. So I grew up with AM radio. I think like most people my age grew up with AM radio when Top 40 radio actually represented what music was popular, not this particular genre that the music industry is now trying to jam down our throats. Music is has been such an integral part of my life growing up. As a young person, as somebody who's been in multiple bands, worked in the entertainment industry for the majority of my life, it is music is the universal language. Is what I've always liked. It's easy to communicate with somebody else through music, because again, you and I might disagree politically, but we might like the same freaking song, man. It's like, man, Trump sucks. Man, Trump's the greatest president. AC/DC Thunderstruck. Oh my God, dude, I love that song. Okay, and that's how it works. Right. So music is this thing I think that can manage. And one of my favorite things, and this is one of the things that I've loved about a lot of the comments that I get, is I will come into the comment section and I'll see some Trumper who's like, man, I support Donald Trump, but I really like what you did. It was really funny. And it's almost like they're undercover. It's like, right. I can't have the other Trumpers know,
like, but begrudgingly liking what you do.
But I think the fact that they can admit that they enjoyed it, despite the fact that it was about their boy, it kind of gives me some degree of hope as far as communication. Because I'm like the rest of you. I'm not feeling can we put the past behind us? No, bro. No, we can't. Because until you all clean up the mess you helped make, denounce this knuckle fuck, and
forget about clean up the mess. How about admitting that there's a mess?
That's what I was, and that's the third one. Admitting that you all knew he was. He's lying now.
Yeah,
that's something. That's the part that messes me up the most, is they know he's lying right now, and they continue to back it up. They're not even trying to play the shit low key now. They're just openly corrupt.
They're being Republicans, and that's
they're definitely being who they are. They're definitely being who they are.
They're just not ashamed of anything. They're like sweeping shit under the rug. It's wild.
But the thing that amazes me is how far this party has fallen. Because I don't ever want you to misunderstand me. I, as an independent, have absolutely no problem voting for either or side. I will vote for the individual I believe will do the job best. I don't care what your political party is. Right. If I hear you speak and I go, okay, I'm gonna give you the opportunity. It doesn't matter to me if your name's got an R or a D by it, I'll give you a shot. But I can tell you right now, as it stands in this country, I will never vote for another Republican. Because you are either part of that shit or you are complicit by your silence. And you want to sit up here and pretend you want to pat Donald, just like Mitch McConnell. Really, dude? You literally stood on the Senate floor and said, oh, it's all his fault. He is complicit. He's to blame. It's all his fault. Oh, would you support him if he ran for president? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me, bro? You literally tell us. You confirm it that he is the person that was at fault for the insurrection. But then you say if he runs in 2024, he'll have your full support.
Well, it's the same thing with Nikki Haley. She's equally douchey. You know, she's equally douchey. There's nothing else to discuss.
And you see all the Republicans running to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring now, right? Because Nikki Haley wanted to go down there and he told her no.
And the reason why they're so behind Donald Trump, because if you extrapolate him out of there, nobody has a persona. There's nobody that could get on a stage against anybody and be something.
They cult the personality at its highest order. Donald Trump has literally absconded with the Republican Party. Yeah. I think it's amazing that these people, and I tell people this, I have no proof of this, I can't prove it to you in any way, shape, or form. But this is actually how I think it went down. I think because I know for a fact that Republicans took their delegates' votes and gave them to Trump, despite the fact that they didn't want that. Now you can actually go and look the video up of this one delegate losing his shit because they gave his votes to Trump when that's not what he wanted. But their mentality was, look, he's stupid. Look, he likes to wave at crowds. He's not very smart. Look, we'll put him in the position. He'll sign whatever the we want him to sign. He looks good. We get what we want. Da 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 da. Then he gets in there and then he decides, oh, I'm actually going to be the president. Well, shit, dude, you weren't supposed to actually try to do the job, but now he's the president. They can't stop him. They can't tell him no. He's now their boss. So now their hair stuck as he things up consistently. That's why they have to back him up, because you see what he does to people who don't back him up. Who was my man? Jeff Sessions. Sessions was the first person to put the MAGA hat on. Very first person. You see how he got treated. You see how he got treated. He's like, well, see, Trump demands loyalty, but he has none to offer.
I just think he's still the rose is still not off the bloom. I feel like it's not going to last. It's no way that shine is going to stay spotlighted on him when they start the drip, drip, drip of all the legal.
That's his biggest problem right there. Is
that has to start.
That legal shit hanging over his, no matter what shit he's talking, he's got to deal with Manhattan. He's got to deal with the Southern District of New York, and they're all just waiting.
And where are those 29 women who were going to do a class action lawsuit about the sexual inappropriate?
I don't know what happened to that.
It's called bullshit, is what it's called. I think everyone has to, if they can take down Cuomo, I'm sorry, she felt uncomfortable. What happened there? You know what I'm saying? Okay, inappropriate behavior. There's a big difference between inappropriate behavior and grabbing a pussy.
Yes, huge difference.
And the same thing that happened with what's his name that used to be on Saturday Night Live from Wisconsin. If after the midterms, if things are not going the way I'd like as a Democrat, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm going to be an independent. Even for my own head. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but if I emotionally need to feel like I'm not a part of a party that is not capable of fighting back and letting your balls out of the girdle so that it could breathe. You know what I mean?
And that's my biggest problem with the Democratic Party is grow up pair.
So
you literally have the power right now. You guys have all the juice and you're still afraid to use it because you're afraid you're going to piss somebody off.
Get that filibuster and to break that shit up.
Get it done. What are you waiting on? This is why you all lose so often, Democrats, is because when you get power, you have no idea what the to do with it.
They don't know what to do with it.
You're still trying to be polite. You're still trying to be, when they go low, we go high. Democrats are so high, I'm getting a nosebleed. Okay, seriously, bring it down. Ain't nothing wrong with a little scuffle. You can get a little mud on you. Just off and get on with the day. Don't try to pretend, Democrats, like you're too good to get dirty. Because the Republicans,
they're you know what? They're gross.
The Republicans,
politicians, you know,
right? The Republicans approve. They don't give a rat's ass how they get it done.
They're like, this is our job. We're supposed to be gross. We're going to be gross. We're going to deny everything we do wrong. We're going to you up. We're going to be bitches. And the Democrats are like, oh, but we're doing this for the good of the country. The country.
Every time I see one of these Trumpers on here, Trump 2024, guys. Let me wake you up, okay? You lost the election because not enough people voted for your boy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anybody's going to be liking Donald Trump more in 4 years or less in 4 years? Because no one's going to forget January 6th, ever.
The way I phrase that same sentiment is that, okay, 81 million people voted to make sure that that piece of shit didn't get into the White House.
Right.
If he continues in this way he's going with engaging the fascist party and promoting the Fourth Reich,
right,
101 million people will vote because they're never going to get more than that amount that they have. And that's
and you're losing that.
Yes.
You're losing those numbers because you've had people who have been Republicans for years are like, dude, I'm done. I cannot be a part of this anymore. This is not my party.
Things are up when you're starting to like Liz Cheney. That's all I'm saying.
Liz Cheney's my girl now. I'm like, just like when Mitt Romney took. I'm like,
father. We remember didn't we love him too? That evil. Yikes! You know, the thing is, I think we had impact on the Biden election, and I think we definitely impacted the Georgia election.
The whole election cycle.
I mean, we turned it out.
It proved two things. One, folks are tired of bullshit. When people are tired of bullshit, I had people, I remember the 2018 midterms. I had people that I had known for years had never voted, said they wouldn't vote, but they were registered and they voted in those midterms because they realized how important it was to get certain people out. Again, Donald Trump, the only people who are going to vote for Donald Trump in 2024 are the same people who voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Donald Trump is not going to gain any new followers in the next 4 years. If anything, he's going to become more, reviled, more hated.
Yeah.
So it's like you all can. It's just like when and I'm sure you've run into them when they come to your page. Well, there's more of us than there are of you. If that's true, you would have won the election. Okay. If there's more of you than there are of you, you would have won.
No one would dare say that to me.
Bro, I get that bullshit all the time. It's between people telling me that I can't sing, I can't play, I should quote unquote quit my day job. It's just like, you know what? I get it. You're bitter because Donnie you over. I mean, ignore the fact that for 4 years we told you it was going to happen. Just pretend like we didn't say anything. Okay, and now you're pissed, and now you're looking somewhere to dump your pissivity. Well, with all due respect, why don't you write Donnie a letter? Why don't you all go down to Mar-a-Lago and let him know how you feel? But don't come to my page and dump it on me because you're pissed because the president you voted for turned out to be exactly what we all told you he was going to be. Dumbass.
It's really amazing that we're living in a time that these are the kind of conversations we're having. But the other good news about Donald Trump, and there always is a silver lining to everything.
Always.
Is the fact that you and I are having this conversation, because I guarantee you we would have never had a conversation. Well, have a great day, my dear. Have a great day. I'll see you on the virtual reality we live in.
All right. We'll catch you later, buddy.
Be good.
Bye.